If you've gathered a bunch of Path of Fire currencies throughout the time, let's turn that into gold, shall we? So what we're going to address in this video are those two currencies and one material. I think this video will be first come first serve, as prices might go down when this video has taken its traction and people will start implementing this. So if you are here, let's say 10 days after this video is out, make sure to check out the prices on the items that I will mention before actually spending your resources. The first currency we will be talking about is Elegy Mosaic. A couple of notes before we proceed. You can get ascended items from this currency, and you will need it if you are crafting Generation 2 legendaries, so spend it wisely. This method will also require Jeweler rank 400, as we will be crafting, you guessed it, jewelry. You can get Elegy Mosaics by completing legendary bounties and some other events all over the Crystal Desert. Anyway, what needs to be done is first head over to the Desert Highlands and go to the Tomb of Primeval Kings, which is located northeast of the map. Go halfway inside the tomb until you find this NPC, which is located on the left side. Speak with the guy, and what we are interested in is the Moonstone recipes that he has to offer. You do not want to buy the accessories directly for reasons I will mention a bit down in the video, but get this Moonstone recipe and the earring recipe as well. I got all three just for the sake of science, but by the time I was recording this video, earrings got the most profit. So again, it's best to check prices in the trading post before making any decisions on this one. Now craft the earrings at any jeweler using those materials, and you can see in my handy sheet right here, it cost me 2.3 gold to craft, and I sold it for 3.2 gold. Now after taxes, I ended up with 40 silver per earring that I sold. You can make a bit more, but you will have to list it, and I do not think that these will sell fast or even at all. So your fastest bet would be to sell it directly. Also, for the sake of the video, I just did one of them, but if you make them in batches, you can make more profit. Just be careful how many you craft, as the price might go down and the profit will be much less. Now also, just for the video, if you look here, I bought 10 of each of the 3 accessories, and I ended up making a loss of 10.5 gold by selling them directly at the trading post. So your best bet will be crafting them rather than buying them directly. Next up, we're going to talk about trade contracts. Now, I already covered this in my Karma to Gold video before, but if you haven't seen it, then you can head over to any renowned heart vendor in any of the Crystal Desert maps and complete the heart before you can actually buy the items from the NPC. As you can see in my case, I went to Desert Highlands and completed the heart in High Jump Ranch. Now what we are interested in are those crates which will reward you with materials after opening them. Just make sure before buying those crates, I'd recommend checking the Fast Farming community website to see which is the most profitable at the time you're spending your contracts. For example, right now, it says that the best crate to get would be the wood crate, and these change quite often. The second best to get, in my opinion, would be the trophy crate, as you can get T6 materials from this one. Anyway, I'll leave a link to this website in the description below. You can also buy trader keys to open chests that are found all over the Crystal Desert, which contain the same resources that you would get by buying said crates. One more thing that I tried was crafting sun spear weapons, and this didn't really end up well, so avoid this method. As you can see, with all the expenses and the tax, I ended up with negative 2.7 gold. So Sunspear weapons are a no. Now this could depend if you actually try to list it, but I also doubt that these would sell. Anyway, you can get the trade contracts in literally so many ways, like events, chests, PvP and World vs. World reward tracks, bounties, using Eyes of Kormir, which we will talk about later, and much more. Also, if you have 5 minutes, you can get 100 contracts by completing the Pinata event, which happens in the Crystal Oasis. Now, the next item on our list will be the Eye of Kormir. You will most probably have a lot of those if you haven't already invested them. There are 2 things that you can do here. First is granting yourself 3 wishes by using the Spear Marshal's Plea, an item you will definitely have if you already tried to get the Griffin mount before. By using 25 Eyes of Kormir, you will get a Sunspear Redemption Wish chest. Open it to get unidentified gear, a random mini, and trade contracts. Now, all the minis are obviously very useless, except for one, which is the mini Goddess Kormir. This is very rare, but if you got it, you're able to sell it for 30 to 40 silver in the trading post. The next method with Eyes of Kormir will need the Artificer, Huntsman, or Weaponsmith at rank 400. Any of the three works, and what you need to do is discover the inscription of the Spear Marshal. Use those 4 items to discover the recipe and then craft the item. As you can see in the sheet, by spending 1.2 gold, I ended up making 78 silver from a single inscription by selling it directly. You can make more by listing it, but again, I doubt this would sell anyway. Now, for everyone who's been following my videos, I will be posting a different method to make gold in the game by using different currencies that you most likely have hanging around. For example, next week, we will be covering volatile magic. So if you still have that lying around and you're not crafting a generation 2 legendary or vision, then you can start monetizing them by watching the video that I will release next Monday. If you found this video helpful, you can check out this other video on how to make gold with End of Dragon currencies. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Also, consider subscribing as it would help me out a lot on my journey to becoming a full-time content creator, and it motivates me to push more content like this to you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.